I'm making this video for people who are thinking about starting their own lead generation agency. So let's start by talking about who's this business model for. You would be a great fit, if you enjoy solving real business problems, like for example, people who struggle with finding new clients for their business. And you would be a good fit if you like systems, outreach, clear return on investment, and if you're okay with starting on a small budget. And finally, if you want to help businesses grow by connecting them with potential buyers. A lot of people overcomplicate this and they think that you would need a lot of stuff, in order to get started. You don't need any coding skills, you don't need any ad buying experience, you don't need a huge network or any network in the beginning. And finally, you don't need any sales experience. You don't have to be real like perfect at closing deals or anything like that. This is something you learn along the way, but it's desirable to have in the beginning. As for the skills, that would be very useful for you to have like in the early stages, you got the research, for example, finding companies, relevant people, verifying the contacts, and you got copywriting. For example, writing simple and short cold emails, that would get your replies. And basic tech comfort, you have to be comfortable using, AI, Smartly, Apollo, Google Sheets. And you also need to be comfortable managing inbox replies, doing the follow ups, setting up the calls. And also, you need to have like a passion or, a desire to build systems and improving processes, in your lead generation journey. It's just to save you a lot of time and burnout. And all of these things, you can learn in a month or two. It's nothing crazy. And a lot of people that are first starting out lead generation agencies, um, they make some mistakes, and I'm stating them here just for you to avoid them. The first one is copying cold email templates, from the internet, from YouTube videos. To be completely transparent, nobody's going to give you their secret sauce or their winning email templates. And those templates, that you find publicly are templates that, people are already using. They're saturated. So better to avoid them. Secondly, sending emails, before setting up deliverability. This is a really huge mistake, that impacts your email deliverability. So be sure to set up the technical stuff like SPF, DKIM, and DMARC. And a lot of people overcomplicate tools or buy, too many tools, setting up too many subscriptions. You have to be smart about this and, start small, keep things super simple. And also targeting a niche in which you don't have any experience or a niche that you didn't even research to begin with. And finally, some people, are giving up after 2 weeks, or 1 month, 2 months, and like once they realize that there are no replies. You should not give up. You should actually try to improve, learn new things, and test and optimize. And a way to fix this, very simply, keep it super simple, keep it lean, focus on your offer and your targeting. And here's my story briefly. So I was working in a full-time job with a marketing agency, and using the automated outreach, I helped them land a 10K client. And after that, I realized that it's time for me to start my own lead generation agency and do this by myself and help others, achieve great results. And in the first 3 months, I didn't get any results, to be honest. And I kept trying, I kept pushing, I kept optimizing, and then I landed my very first client in the fourth month. So you would be asking yourself, should you start this? Let's break it down. You should start if you want to build something scalable. Secondly, you're okay learning the basic stuff by yourself. I know how tough it is, to stay disciplined, try to learn, watch new videos every single day, try to apply that. But, there is no shortcut to this. You have to learn stuff by yourself, you have to keep pushing. And thirdly, start if you're willing to test, learn, optimize, iterate, improve day by day, week by week, month by month. But do not start yet if you want quick instant results or a passive income. And if you're not willing to handle rejection or no replies. And lastly, if you're not interested at all in sales or marketing. Yep, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.